them high so that you can build up that sense of more value in the listing and collect potential people on the watch list for those items and those favorites that you see on the eBay side of being a seller, right? So that way in the future, you can drop your price down for that listing 5%, and those people will get an email notification that, hey, the price on this listing that you favorited or put on your watch list has dropped 5%, and that will initially hopefully prompt immediate sales. It's creating that sense of urgency and that sense of value. Both are very important to selling products online. Tip number 2 is to actually do product research ahead of time before you go out and source items for eBay to list, right? So for example, if let's say you want to go out and you want to source a coupon product, for coupon arbitrage for the eBay platform, and you want to see if, what the sales velocity and sales history for an item like that is on eBay, and also what you could potentially sell it for, so you know if it's going to bring you a profit margin and it's a good product to source, right? So then what do you do exactly? Well, you want to copy the title for that Amazon listing, take it over to eBay search, right? And then you want to sort on the side of eBay, and you want to sort for sold and completed listings. And what that's going to do is it's going to show you if a product like that has ever sold in the past, and if so, for what, how many, and on what dates, right? So if they've sold frequently, if they sold recently, what the prices were, and if, for example, if your search is too niche, then you just want to take out some of the keywords, search some of the main keywords, so it's not like a long title, only if you're not seeing any search results or very, very minimal. And then you want to search for, maybe like the top 5 keywords in that listing. So if it's a scratch off map, you want to do like world scratch off map, blah, blah, blah. Maybe just take like 5 to 6 keywords in the title instead of the long full title, right? And that's only if you're running into issues seeing potential listings in the sold and completed items. Then the same thing, right? You're going to search for that broader, sold and completed, see if any items like that have sold. If they have, and they've sold, recently and for decent profit margins, then obviously you want to go ahead and potentially source that. You basically want to do your product research ahead of time, so going in full well, A, this is a good potential item to sell in the eBay marketplace, or B, this isn't. And if it is a good item, you want to know what the potential profit margin that you can make is, what you can potentially sell it for, and obviously what other similar items like that have sold for. Now, when you go, another little caveat and bonus tip, when you go to list that item, you don't want to just go create your own listing. You want to go back, search for it again, go to sold and complete items, and hit one of the items that have sold with a good profit margin that's very, very similar, and hit sell one like this. What that's going to do is it's not only going to take, the category and a potential title that you can then manipulate and change slightly, but it's also going to take the specs that helped it get sales, or helped it get a sale, and helped it get more visibility on the eBay platform, right? You want to take the specs, and that's the easiest way to do it. Tip number 3 is that you want to go out and you want to get the fast and free badge on all of your listings, okay? So what is the fast and free badge first and foremost? Well, it's that little fast and free thing up in the top of the listing that kind of looks like the Amazon Prime badge for eBay buyers, right? So what is it then? How do you get the fast and free badge? Well, what you basically want to do is you want to offer free shipping, hence the free part of the fast and free, and you want to have handling times that are at least 1 day or same day. That will be the fast and the free part of it. And what that will do is then you'll get the fast and free badge on your listing, and eBay claims that that increases sales at least 11% across the board. I'm not saying this is what they're saying that their data shows. So one of the best tips that I could give you is make sure your handling time is at least 1 day or same day delivery, or not same day delivery, same day handling times, right? So that means that you're taking at least only 1 day to handle the item and ship it out. Also offer free shipping, and then your sales should increase across the board by at least 11%. Now, tip number 4 is going to go directly against tip number 1, but hear me out. So tip number 4 is to sell items for no profit or practically any profit at all. And before you get all up in arms and you go down in the comments section and you write something really, really mean and say, "This guy doesn't know what he's talking about," hear me out. What you want to do is you want to sell items very, very cheap when you're initially ranking your eBay account. And that might mean 0 to no profit on some items, or even, your first couple items at least. The reason being is you want to accumulate positive feedback. Now, positive feedback when you're selling items, right? You're gonna prompt the sales to accumulate positive feedback by listing your items a lot lower, even though initially I told you to list them a lot higher. You got to feel out for where you are in the process, right? If you're ranking a new account, this is the route you want to go. So list your items very, very low to prompt sales to accumulate positive feedback so that you can get that snowball effect to start rolling, because as you accumulate more positive feedback, you will then be able to sell more products at a higher price in the future. So it's an exponential effect, so you might have to take the hit or at least sell them for no net profit in the beginning on like your first 5 to 10 items, just to accumulate some positive sales history so that people, when they come to your listing in the future and you have some positive feedback, that they don't think twice about it because you're a trusted seller now and you have some, history of positive sales. Tip number 5 is to invest in quality shipping supplies. Now, this is one of the things that I fought for so long because it can go against your profit margin, right? If you have to go out and buy shipping supplies like boxes or envelopes, for example, that can go against your margin because then that's another expense on your business, right? If you're going out and sourcing for something I'm going to tell you here in a second, priority mail when you're shipping, right? That's going to cost you more to ship it out because if you're paying priority mail, then obviously your shipping prices are going to be more than if you were shipping like media mail or ground shipping, right? So keep that in mind. It can be an expense on the business and you don't have to do it right away. But one of the best tips is to invest in quality shipping supplies, okay? So that means that you're not shipping out repurposed Amazon Prime boxes to your house, which is something I did initially. In the future, it's not the worst thing in the world if that's, what you want to do in the beginning to kind of, keep your margins as high as potentially possible. That said, it's definitely not going to make you look that professional as a seller, right? So what I would say is instead go out to Amazon and buy, some really, really cheap boxes, or go to type in really cheap boxes in bulk on Google, right? And you should be able to find good prices for boxes that fit the majority of your items. Or you can even go to Amazon and buy 100 envelopes for super cheap, like $5 to $10, and use them to ship out, right? Then you just need to tape the envelope shut, and then you have an entire thing that you can just slide into the post office, and it doesn't cost you much at all, but it makes you look more professional, like you actually prepared for this and you didn't just repurpose an Amazon box. Another example of this that I see from new eBay sellers a lot is like a shoe box, right? Because we all have shoe boxes, extra shoe boxes laying around the house. Don't do that if you want to look professional and you want to be taken seriously as a seller on eBay. If you take your business seriously, your customers will as well. But if you're not prepared and you're not taking it seriously, well, chances are they won't take you seriously either, and then it could hurt your feedback ratings going forward. So make sure that you're investing in quality shipping supplies, and it will pay off for you. On top of that, if you don't want to essentially pay for shipping supplies, you don't want to go out and pay for boxes, you don't want to go out and pay for envelopes essentially, what you can do is I'm going to give you 2 other options. You can go to, like grocery stores or stores like Best Buy and ask them if they have extra boxes, or even like Target or Walmart. Ask them if they have extra boxes that they want to get rid of. A lot of those stores will crush them up into that little pallet cruncher or whatever it is. I don't even remember what it's called. I used to work at Target. And then they recycle a lot of the boxes. So they have droves of empty boxes that they're not using in all shapes and sizes, and you can utilize them to your advantage if you just have the balls to go to a store and ask if they have some extra shipping boxes. You can get free shipping supplies like that. Another way to do it is to go to USPS.com and you can get free shipping boxes, to your door for free. And they come in all different shapes and sizes. You can get padded flat rate envelopes, shipping box, all sorts of shapes and sizes right to your door for free that you can then utilize to your advantage. Another great tip too is to just go to a store, like a Walgreens, or what's another store like Walgreens, like CVS essentially, and just buy wrapping paper, like a shipping wrapping paper that's like beige or tan, right? It costs you $3 a roll, or even sometimes $1 or $2 a roll if you buy it on bulk on Amazon. And then you can wrap your products in just like that. Just tape the wrap up like you're wrapping a present. Ship it out like that. It will be really, really cheap, and it will make you look a lot more professional than if you just repurposed an Amazon box or send it in a freaking shoebox. So take your business seriously, invest in some quality shipping supplies, and it will pay off for you. It'll make you look more professional. It will definitely result in a lot of better positive customer feedback, which we've talked about previously, the importance of. And basically what you're doing is you're over delivering on their shipping expectations by doing this. Another way to over deliver too is like we talked about when you're going to USPS and you're using the priority mail boxes, then you can ship out with those for free. Although just keep in mind that while you're getting those boxes for free, you do have to pay the priority mail shipping, which can be a little bit more than ground. So just keep that in mind when you're factoring that in to your potential profit margin. The best way to go out and do it is just trial and error. You'll learn by doing it, but highly recommend that you invest in quality shipping supplies. So there you have it, guys. 5 tips